Hey everyone, it's Albie. Welcome back to my channel. I have another review for you. I literally just finished Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. This is book 2 in the Bellinger Sister series. The first book is It Happened One Summer, which I read and have reviewed a few, months ago. And it should be up on my channel if you want to check that out. So this is book 2. I would say you do not need to read the books in order. I mean, you do find a few things out about the couple in the first book, but it's sort of kind of expected as a romance to know what happens with them. But overall, there's no spoilers. There's nothing that, if you read this one first, that you would miss out on if you didn't read the first one first. They're not really serialized in that sense, but this is technically book 2. I really did love this story. So this follows Hannah Bellinger and Fox Thornton. And Fox Thornton is the best friend of Brendan. I had to look it up and I had to spell it correctly too because I wanted to say Brandon and then Brendan, but it's Brendan. And from the first book. And so Fox is the best friend of Brendan, who is engaged, spoiler, to Piper, who is Hannah's elder sister. So this book has a lot of really fun tropes. There's the friends to lovers trope, which is the most prominent, I would say, in the storyline. There's also a bit of fake dating at first. With an earlier sense, because there's a part early in the story where Fox really thinks that Hannah is trying to get together with the director of the film, Sergei, and so he sort of thinks they're fake dating, but I don't think they really were. But there's a trope of friends to lovers, fake dating, and were there any others? Oh, yes, forbidden. So because Hannah is the little sister of Piper and Brendan is basically Fox's boss, being as they're both seamen. They're both seamen, fishermen. And Brendan is the captain and Fox, I guess, is a lower rank of some sort for the Delaware ship. And so there's that little forbidden aspect, which is also a really fun element as well in the storyline. Overall, I really did like the story. The storyline was a bit different than It Happened One Summer. So this didn't have like the spoiled rich girl coming to like the podunk town sort of thing. It was more so friends to lovers. So I liked that you get these really cute text messages at the beginning of the story and see this relationship sort of grow and the romance sort of start at the very beginning. But, you know, there's unspoken rules between the two, because even Hannah feels that Fox is forbidden, and she actually has to stay with him when her film crew comes back to the town. I can't remember the town's name. Westport. When they come back to Westport to film a movie. Hannah is a PA for a film company, and she basically has the director, Sergei, decide that Westport is the best place for this small sort of seascape land. It's he's a very brooding director and does sort of moody works, and so this sort of overcast and rainy, weathered fisherman town. I don't know how, boat town, fish town, is the perfect location. So lots of fun tropes. The tension was very high in the story, which I liked. So there was lots of sexual tension between Hannah and Fox, and that was a really fun ride, is what I said in the review. And it had good pacing. I didn't feel like I was being, all this tension started at the beginning and then it slowed up. It was sort of these nice bursts throughout the storyline. And it did take a while for them to finally become a union. in the story. So if you're looking for heavy spice from the beginning, this is in the book, but there's a lot of tension that I thought was a lot of fun as a reader, and you get that excitement for them to finally get together. And I talked about in my review, I really enjoyed the will they or won't they aspect of the storyline as well. And another fun thing I liked was that this being a sequel, we did have some characters from the first novel reappear. I was very happy that there is a scene with Opal, who is Hannah and Piper's grandmother. I really enjoyed her storyline. In the first book, she was only briefly in the second in Hook, Line, and Sinker, but I was still happy that Opal was represented. And we also meet some other fun new characters in the town of Westport, one being Charlene, who is Fox's mom. And she was just such a trip. I loved her character so much. I honestly wish that either Opal would get a romance novel, or even Charlene. I liked her. She was sort of kind of like a tough like bar chick. I don't know. That's sort of how I met her. Although they met her at bingo, so maybe she's a tough bingo chick, I guess. But I liked Charlene as well as a secondary character. Yeah, I had a lot of fun things to say about the book. I really did like it. I will say, ooh, I just got stuff on my book. I will say that the spice in the book was a lot tamer and was not as explicit as in the first book, which I kind of found a little bit disappointing because the spice in It Happened One Summer was amazing. I really liked it. And yeah, I just thought there was going to be some more of that, especially with you're told very early on many times how Fox is a Casanova and basically wonderful in bed, and women want him all the time. And there's even a point in the story where he really feels this pang of growing love for Hannah, because he feels that Hannah likes him for him and not just for his genitalia. So trying to make it cleaner for audiences, but he says other words. But I thought that was low-key romantic that he would think that. I mean, in a modern sense, you know, he's not being just used for his body and stuff. Hannah likes him for him, and I thought that's a romantic. And it's so different, I found, to have a male lead have that put on him as a character. He's really sexualized in the story, and really he's from a young age. It seemed like there is a scene where he talks about when he was 14, his mom, I guess, made him watch a YouTube video on how to put on a condom on a banana, and she basically had condom money and condoms for him when he was like 14 years old. Interesting. And he said he has like an inner monologue with himself, and he was like, did she know that I was going to be this sort of like man whore, or was it like something like that was in his DNA from his father? I think he has an absent father. The father's either passed away or divorced, but he's not a character in the storyline, and they don't make a reference to him in the epilogue, so I don't know really what happened there, if he was sort of a runaround and his parents either never were married, or he left or abandoned, or whatever happened. But there's this sort of turmoil that Fox faces as being this idolized male physique and sort of eros in a way. You know, I thought that was very interesting to have a character, especially male character, face these sort of the backside of being attractive and being quote unquote sexually wanted, I guess. So that was really interesting. But yeah, those are just my few thoughts for Hook, Line, and Sinker. Definitely has that fun rom-com vibe to it as well. Storyline was a bit different than It Happened One Summer. I would say if I had to rate the two, I did like the first one a little bit more, but I really did love these characters. I just wish this had some more spice, to be honest. I don't know, maybe reading Credence and his other books last month have kind of like warped my brain on what I want as a reader. But overall, I love this story. I hope y'all will check it out as well. This was Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and let me know what books y'all are currently reading or hope to read in the month of March. Don't forget you can subscribe as well as like and comment on this video. You can also follow me on TikTok and on Instagram at I'll Be Reading Romance. It's all one word on TikTok and Instagram. And I have it linked in my bio as well. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye, everyone.